basically from the end of WrestleMania last year, the story for this year was that, they're going to do Rock and Roman. They saved LA. It's going to happen. This is what Rock wants. And as we got about halfway, there was turbulence. Oh, the XFL is here. And so from everything that we know, unless there is some hidden story, and Jeff may know about that more than me and Mel, but
Definitely.
Jeff, you're gonna, your town, LA, no Rock. Does that make WrestleMania any less special to you?
Well, it's not that special anyways to me, but because I wasn't raised a WWF fan, but no, to me, no. To me, it's more of an opportunity because I am always of the opinion that these special guest stars have done nothing but ended up killing modern talent and things like that. I've never really liked the member berries aspects of WrestleMania for the most part. I am a fan of being respectful to legends and things like that, but I am not a fan of sacrificing current stars to legends.
But what about the publicity aspect of it? Because I could see from a certain perspective, but The Rock is at like a giant level to where him just being involved, all of a sudden you get more eyeballs on the product.
Yes. And yeah, that's, we're going to talk about this a lot. It is what's best for the story versus what's best for business.
Yes.
And while The Rock was going to be a major part of this, I don't understand how you don't get this in writing somehow. How you're working this on a handshake deal.
Thank you.
And like, it's like, hey, we've been planning this story for 2 years. You gonna be right? Well, I don't know. I got this second-rate football league I gotta run right now. And I gotta be in like the sixth sequel to this franchise,
this Netflix
or whatever
show. We're recording the Christmas version of this movie.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I'm just like, how do you not? I mean, number one, I don't know if he who shall not be named and Rock were on a handshake deal versus Triple H and The Rock.
That's what I was about to say. He who should not be named, because Mel said it before we even started.
Yes, I'm trying not to.
We're not going to use that name today, so we're not going to use that name.
BK Demort.
But you've had 2.5 years where they said, hey, they give him the heads up. Oh, you know what? I don't have time to get in shape. With all my commit, he big timed them is what he did.
It does feel that way, right? It either feels that he big timed them, or that
he gave them the LA no. He said, "I'll try to make it."
Okay, right. Or
mentioned that once. I think that's brilliant.
Or there was a conversation on the lead up to this about how, more than likely I may not be able to have the match because of so.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And that's fine. If he is involved in some way, I think it just makes fans think that he's going to wrestle. So that may even be a problem of him just being involved, because he shows up and all of a sudden the rumors for next year, 40th WrestleMania, Rock is going to wrestle. And then who knows if he could do it at that point. Like, the thing about him, and I think this is actually an interesting conversation, probably not for this podcast, but Jeff, you're so close to stuff around this, but his career these last couple years have not been fantastic. He's taken some swings and he has missed, Black Adam being the biggest one, I think. And then coming out of that whole DC universe, he tried to power play a little bit and lost the power play. And he's probably persona non grata when it comes to that franchise right now.
Garrett, I'm gonna want
conversation already.
Garrett, I'm gonna one up you. I'm gonna say that most of Rock's image as a movie star is mostly from The Rock and his team, because if he is not attached to a piece of already existing IP, he's usually the second guy on the movie poster, and that's when the movie's a hit. His drawing power, I mean, his choice in projects has been terrible for a long, long time. Be it Skyscraper, be it his Disney films, which made a boatload, but they weren't star-making performances necessarily.
It definitely seemed like the goal was to make a movie so that you could make a franchise.
Yes.
And he would make these movies and they would make money, but there was no real interest in then creating a second and a third and a fourth movie.